Hi everybody, we're back. So our foulard dough is rising. It's going to need another maybe 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. So meanwhile, we're going to continue and we're going to make some drinks. We're going to do a bifana and then we'll get back and we'll finish up that foulard. Okay. So these are the bifanas I cooked them a little earlier, and what I did is I heated them up a little bit. So like I said, you can make these early in the day, put them away in the fridge for a couple hours, and then come back, heat them up, and then what you do, you get your Portuguese roll. If you don't have a Portuguese roll, feel free to use any bulky roll is fine. Any crusty bread works. Look at these beautiful onions. That looks delicious. This is how you would have it at the Festa. Isn't that delicious? And you have it with a nice cold beer, some wine, with that wine cooler I made. And what I do sometimes, if I have a big party, I grab some foil, okay, and I just wrap it in foil. And if you make individual bifanas for people at a party, they love it because they can just grab one and eat on the go. So that's just a little tip. All right, so I'm going to put these away, and I'm going to show you a couple drinks. Okay. So the first drink I'm going to make, this goes perfect with that bifana. It's called a mistura of beer, but you can also just say a beer mix. It's up to you, whatever you want to call it. It's a beer cooler. So what you do is you mix the Portuguese small. This is pineapple, but some people like the orange too. So all it is half and half. Half beer. This is Quinta's beer, by the way. I guess it's a new beer in Portugal. It's very popular. So if you find it at your local store, give it a try. So I'm going to mix half and half. And here you go. Half. And then the half of that beer, I'm going to tip it, see if you can get a nice foam on it. A little bit, okay. So there you go. This is a retro mug. See? It's so cute. All right, so that's the mistura.
That's for your bifana.
To go with that bifana we made. And now I'm going to make beirão. This is my favorite drink. I like it just that nice, but I got a new recipe for it. And what you do is you put just put a couple ounces of beirão. Well, first you add ice. It's got to be on ice. Add a couple ounces of beirão. 1, 2. Okay. Now half of the lime. Fresh squeezed lime. I love lime and lemons. Anything with lemon and lime, I love. Oh, that smells delicious too. Okay. So, give it a nice stir. I'm going to garnish it with a lime. Add it in the middle. Oh. Let's check it. Oh my God.
Isn't it good?
That is delicious. You have to try this. It's so amazing. Okay.
It looks good. Looks refreshing.
I know. So I'm going to give a peek at that dough. Want to come over here and look?
Yeah, let's look.
Look at that.
So
it's already double in size.
Yeah.
You can see, right? But I think it's going to need maybe a few more minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we're going to do in the meantime is we're going to give away some prizes. But I'll show you the prizes. Okay, and you know, it's kind of hard to be picking and so forth, but we're going to pick some names. I'll show you the prizes. But after we're done,
after the live, we'll message people.
Yeah, we'll message you and see who won, okay?
Yeah, we'll just do it at random. So whoever's on the live.
Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. You know, it's a nice day to spend the Saturday. I really appreciate all the support and love. And I hope you enjoyed it so far. But of course, the best part's going to be when you taste that foulard.
Yeah,
okay?
that's
so
for
I'm
sure.
going to show you the prize. Okay, since it's not the Festa Festa, we're going to give away this Our Lady of Fatima mug. It's beautiful. She has the red roses. It's really cute. I love this mug.
Yep, so
It's my
that's one of
favorite.
the ones.
That's one. We're going to give you a cute little makeup bag, which is Nossa Senhora
Yep.
makeup bag.
That's perfect for makeup or even just accessories.
Makeup, accessory, your car keys, your wallet,
Yeah,
anything
cell phone.
you want, cell phone case, makeup case, anything you want it to be. It's got the beautiful roses in the
Yeah.
back. That, and then, of course, we're going to give away.
A pair of earrings.
My favorite earrings lately have been these Portuguese cork earrings. It's Lisbon Blue, and that's who makes them. And these are Vienna earrings. They're really cute. And I'm wearing the Gala Barcelos earrings, by the way.
Yeah.
My
So that's our
favorite.
Etsy shop, Lisbon Blue.
That's our shop. Yeah. And then, I'm going to give you a compras bag with the Gala Barcelos.
Yep. So
Isn't
that's
it
good
cute?
for groceries or
Yeah. It's a
anything.
Book bag,
Yeah, book
grocery
bag.
beach bag, going your
Gym
way
bag,
bag,
anything.
you want. Okay, so, and the Gala Barcelos are, that, I don't know if you know, but it means good luck. So these always give you good luck. That's why I love Gala. See, I have it here.
Yeah.
I have it in my kitchen. They say that if you have a Gala Barcelos in your kitchen, it's supposed to bring good luck to your home. Okay, so I'm going to check that dough again. I'm going to clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
And let's see. So just bear with me a little bit while I clean up.
Yeah, we're clean up, and so the next step is
Yeah.
adding the meat.
Yeah. Is anybody watching this live? I hope they came back.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Oh, really?
So
Okay, good. Good.
if anyone has questions, feel free to comment.
Yeah.
We can answer
Yeah.
as we go along.
Yeah, so this foulade recipe, I know I mentioned it before, but this is my mother's recipe. So everyone in the family loves this foulade.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Yeah, so I gotta clean up because we gotta get that meat over here. We gotta get that dough. We're gonna prep. Now you're gonna set your oven at 400 degrees for maybe the first half hour, 40 minutes. And then when you're gonna lower it for the last 15 minutes, and then it's gonna finish cooking. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put a mint leaf in my drink. Where's
Oh,
my
that's
drink?
the beta
There
one.
you go. Yeah. Yeah, and a mint leaf.
That's good.
It's delicious. Why don't you try it? Tell me what you think. It's good? It's delicious?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm going to start prepping.
Just assembling.
Yeah, I'm starting the assembly. You know, this, like I said, this is live, so you just have to bear with us because we don't have instant replay cameras and all that.
Yeah, no editing here, so.
Can't edit. Right.
So here's all the meat. So this is gonna go in the bread.
Yeah, that's all the meat. I've cut the chorizo is cut in like 1/4 inch slices, but if you like it thicker, thinner, it's up to you. I like substantial little sizes, but you can have smaller pieces. That's fine.
Love all your dishes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think this one was from Temptations.
Yeah, this is
QVC.
the Temptations on QVC.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it because, it's good from the oven table, it bakes and everything. So, and I like the colors too. Anything red and blue. Portuguese blue is my favorite color.
Her kitchen's blue.
Yeah, my kitchen's blue, my plates are blue, and red, of course. Okay, so let me see. Right, it's getting there. Still gotta give it a little more, few more minutes. So let me answer some more questions. Let me see, I think I have someone asked me some questions here. Let me see where they are. And I'll answer for you.
Yeah, if you can, I think on the first live, people left some questions.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Oh, they're asking me, when is it going to cook? When is it going to be ready? It's going to be ready probably, let's see, if we put it in the oven, it's at 2 o'clock. It's probably going to cook by 3 o'clock. It's going to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it'll be ready by 3 o'clock.
Carol says she loves that blue bowl. So that bowl is from Home Goods.
Yeah.
It's one of the made in Portugal.
Yeah, this is
platters they have.
Portugal. Yeah, it's really Beautiful. I use it for all my baking.
Yeah.
Anytime I make dough, I always put the dough in there and it rises beautifully. And I see more questions here. Oh, she said, oh, I'm from Florida and I've been to the Festa.
Yeah.
I know. It's so sad. People used to come all over America, all from Canada and everything.
Yeah. Especially on Sunday, that's when the procession takes place.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I lost it. I lost my live blog, my live video.
The replay, it's just on your page.
Okay. All right, hold on, everybody. I'm going to find it so I can answer some more questions from you while this dough finishes rising.
Linda's asking, what brand of chorizo did you use?
Okay, well, you can use your favorite brand. Like this I got from my local market. It's an artisan chorizo. They make it right on the premises. But you can get any great store-bought, like the Gaspar chorizo. There's Admiral's linguiça, Silva linguiça. A lot of, like Portugal Marketplace has chorizo. You can order it online. You can get chorizo just about anywhere online these days.
So there's a lot of people. So from New York, California, I've seen Canada, Toronto.
Oh wow! Everybody's so supportive.
Portuguese everywhere.
Thank you so much. Portuguese from all over.
Yeah.
And
Jen is asking, what other meats can you use?
Okay, Jen. Now this is optional. Everybody has their own recipe. You can use. Some people put presunto in it, which is prosciutto, and I would don't use too much though. Prosciutto is very salty. So I like to use this ham because it's not too salty. Some people put salpicón. Some people put some bacon, chorizo. It's pretty much.
We're going to use bacon this time.
Yeah, we're going to use bacon this time. Just a little different. I'm going to put one with bacon and the other without bacon. Okay, and Fern said, I'm going to make sangria for tomorrow. She's having a family festa celebration. It's wonderful to have our traditions, to keep our tradition alive, our culture. So I think a lot of people in town are having the festas.
Yeah.
They're cooking out.
A lot of family.
Yeah, a lot of families getting together. You gotta just have some fun and make the best of it. Okay, let's see.
Linda has a question. Did you saute the meats first?
Oh no, I didn't, Linda. I just cut it up. The ham, what you can do is if you have an Easter ham, which you bake, and then you have leftover ham, freeze the ham, and then just defrost it, and you cut it into slices, and that's it. You don't, of course, smoked ham is a pre-cooked, so you don't have to cook them. It's pretty much up to you. Now, if you're on a low-salt diet, what you can do is I would cook the meat for maybe 5 minutes in a little water, boiling water, and that's going to get all that salt out of that meat, and then just dry it, pat it dry, and so it'll be a lower salt of ham.
Can you add cheese?
It's up. I wouldn't add cheese because this bread is really savory already. It has a lot of flavor, and so you don't need anything else with this bread. Now I have a recipe in my blog that it's chorizo bread with presunto. Now that one I add cheese because it's a different kind of bread.
It's more like a pepperoni bread.
Yeah, it's like a pepperoni bread.
Rolled.
You roll. It's just like a basic pizza bread dough. And you just roll it and you put chorizo and cheese and some onions. That one you could put cheese, but I wouldn't recommend cheese in this one. It doesn't. It just doesn't need it.
Is the chorizo cooked at all? So no.
Well, the chorizo
smoked,
is cooked. The Portuguese chorizo is already smoked and cooked, so you don't have to cook it for this recipe. But as you see, I sliced it into maybe a 1/4 inch thickness. And if you want, you can cut that into smaller pieces too. And what I suggest too is, if you're not familiar with this folar, make half the recipe. Make a smaller loaf. And then see if you like it. See if your family enjoys it. And then next time you can make the whole recipe.
Yeah.
So let me see.
I think someone had asked if you could use the hand mixer.
Okay, well, as far as a hand mixer, you can use a hand mixer for the eggs, to beat the eggs, and maybe when you add the yeast mixture, but I wouldn't recommend the hand mixer because you need a mixer that's very strong. Even with the dough hook, you need something that's very, very strong, powerful, so it may not work for you. Or you're better off just using your hands, you know,
yeah.
Put it in use a big bowl, get yourself a nice counter space, and then you knead that dough. But again, you got to knead it for a good 10 minutes at least, 10 to 15 minutes. And Maria said she's made this foulard twice. It came out perfect. And she said the second time she killed the yeast. You see, so 99% of the times people kill the yeast. So just be aware of that. Not only for this recipe. Anytime you use
any
yeast,
bread, even pizza dough.
Yeah, even pizza dough bread. You can never have that warm yeast, hot yeast rather. And somebody said it was funny when I made a mess of the flour.
Yeah.
She said it happens to all of us. Yeah, it did. So you got just
it's
laugh
just
it off.
life. It is.
Just laugh it off. That's all I can do. Yeah, and someone's asking if we're recording this for later view.
Yep.
Yeah, just go to Facebook, and it'll be posted there. You can see the whole videos.
Yeah.
And, you can see. I also have the Bifana videos on there, and also on Instagram we have some there. And just go to YouTube.
Yeah, and we'll post the entire live on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll do it all on YouTube so you can watch. Okay, and let's see. Yep, we already answered that one. Thank you so much. Look at all these people. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to get such support. Liliana said Cabriz were my parents' hometown. Oh yeah, the Cabriz is an excellent wine. That's the wine I used for the wine cooler. It's an excellent wine. It's very popular.
Stella says she loves all of your recipes.
Oh, hi Stella. That's a great name. My granddaughter's named Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I really appreciate it. You know, these are just my own recipes, family recipes that I like to share. And it's great. It's great to get good feedback, to keep going, to keep doing these recipes. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what else? Okay.
How does the dough look?
Okay, let me check the dough. You know, you can't rush baking.
We'll take a look.
I think it's doubled now.
Yeah, it looks a lot
See
bigger.
how it's doubled in size? Before it was way down the bottom.
Yeah.
Now it's doubled in size. So I think it's ready.
It looks good.
Yeah, so I think we can start it. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna get going on these meats. Okay, we're gonna assemble it. So what I have to do first is we're gonna put the stove to 350. I'm sorry, 400. Okay, so we're gonna preheat the oven. So they say prepping is the most important part of cooking. So if you prep, it'll be easier for you. So I have two trays ready for baking. These trays are probably, I don't know, probably 18 by 8 by what, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make 2 foulards this size. So that if you make a big foulard, you're gonna need a bigger tray, of course.
So Lynn is asking if she can do half the recipe.
Yes, absolutely. You can do half the recipe. If this is your first time making it, I recommend you do half. Make sure you like it. Make sure you have the process, the technique, down pat before you make it. Okay. So now I'm gonna wash my hands. That was beautiful. I think it came out perfect.
So the new cookbook, when will pre-orders be available?
I'd say
maybe later this month?
Yeah, I think later on in the month we'll be ready for pre-orders because it's in the editing stage right now. So once we're done editing it, and then we can we'll know more or less when the rollout date will be.
Elizabeth says she's new to your page and loves all of your recipes.
Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. I'm so happy that you like it, and I hope that you come back and visit and cook those recipes.
So
Oops.
Oh, so Teresa's asking, how do you order your cookbook, and if it's in English?
Yeah. Yes, my cookbook is in English. Definitely in English. And you can order, you can go to Amazon.com, or you can go to Lisbon Blue, our Etsy shop, and you can order through there. On Lisbon Blue, you can get a signed copy, but of course on Amazon, it's just direct from Amazon. Okay. And the second cookbook will be out. Well, we talked about that probably October. Yeah. The end of October. So that's what
So you just floured the the cutting board?
Yeah, I just very, very light. You know what else? Then I'm going to do olive oil. Of course, I use this cutting board, but you can use your countertop too. If you have a great granite countertop, any kind of countertop would work.
Yeah.
I'm going to where did I put my flour? There it is. I'm going to slightly put flour on the baking pans too. Just slightly. There. See, like that. You just slight coating of flour on those so that the flour doesn't stick. Okay. So that's it. Okay. And what I do also, I'm going to wet my hands with a little olive oil. It's a little different technique. I think most people, you'd say, why are you using olive oil? Because I usually use flour when I get dough. But this is different. It's a different technique. All right, so now I'm going to grease that. Okay, now are we ready? This is the test. This is going to come out. Look at that. Can you see that? Can you see that beautiful dough? It's just oozing out. It's slowly, and see all that? It's so light. It's like sponge. It's like a sponge.
There's a lot of air pockets.
Yeah, it's got air in there. Okay, so now you'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna separate in half. So we're gonna make two foulage. Okay, so one over here, and then one over here. Now, we're not going to be rolling this dough. We're going to be stretching. We're going to stretch, like that. Okay?
Sandra is asking if you use Portuguese olive oil on the board.
Well, I use Portuguese olive oil because, that's what I've always used. It's great olive oil. But, if you can use any olive oil, I think if it's a good olive oil, it doesn't matter which brand you use. As long as it's a good quality. Don't use any generic olive oils because I think they mix those with regular oils. It's not really 100% olive oil. Okay, so now, as you see how nice and stretchy it is? That's all you do. You're going to stretch. It's like pizza. Perfect. Now, so we're going to start.
So Ashley is asking, what would you recommend to have in your kitchen for Portuguese cooking and traditions? Her husband is Portuguese.
Well, I think we definitely got to make some bifanas, which is the Portuguese cutlets. You cook with, the basics in Portuguese cooking actually is olive oil, paprika, garlic, like lots of onions. That's the basic spices. Okay.
You're just laying the meat.
Garlic. And for meats, they love barbecue chicken. We make bifanas, which are the pork cutlet sandwiches. Chorizo, you gotta have chorizo, of course. Okay.
So you laid it out, and now you're just placing the meat.
So now I'm placing the meat sporadically like this. Just go even. Now, if you notice that there's some like little fatty pieces in here, that's fine. You know why? Because that's going to give it excellent flavor. You want that. There. So I'm gonna fill it in with chorizo. It's almost like pizza, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a different kind of pizza. It's better than pizza. There. Okay. This is going to have a lot of meat. My family loves a lot of meat in their foulade, but You know, you don't have to put a lot of meat. This is to your taste. You can put less, you can put more. Just put ham. Don't put chorizo if you don't like chorizo. All right, so I think that's good. I don't want to crowd it too much, because if it's too crowded, then you know the bread's not going to rise. Okay.
So Ashley, is there a video on how we make the dough?
Oh, actually.
So the first part of our live, it should be on your Facebook, right?
Yeah, go to Facebook. The previous post, it should be there.
And also on your blog, the recipe's there.
Yeah, it's on my Tia Maria's blog. It's on. It's going to be on YouTube eventually. All right, I just want a little bit of bacon. I don't want too much.
Can you use this dough to make rolls?
Oh yeah, sure. You can make some rolls. It's not going to have the same taste though. Don't forget, because you're not going to have the meat, the savory meat flavor in there. But you can definitely use it to make rolls. It's just going to be like an egg roll. Okay, so I think that's good. See? Now you kind of press it in. Press it in. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to roll. We're going to start rolling. Rolling. And you have to be gentle with this flour. Or, I'm sorry, with this dough. Because you don't want it to break, and you don't want things popping out.
Yeah, the meat sometimes will stick out.
Yeah, if the meat sticks out, what happens is that you're going to create, you know, when it bakes, it's going to pop out, and it's going to burn in the oven, and you don't want that. You want all the meat inside. See? You just go like that. Isn't that beautiful? Do you see? Can you see how nice and soft this dough is? Look. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. Okay, so again, it's nice and tight. All right, so I'm going to get a tray. And this is one. And one. You're going to grab it underneath. Make sure it's tight. You don't want anything falling out. There. I'm going to go like this. Use your arm as a guide. This is a big foulade.
Yeah, and there's going to be two of them.
Yeah, there's going to be two like this. So this dough is going to make a lot of foulade. Okay, so what I do now is I'm going to let it rise for another maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Okay, there's a little piece sticking out. We don't want that. Okay, now we got one more. There it is. Look at those air pockets. Can you see that?
So that's what you want it to look like.
That's what you want. You want your dough's it has to look like this. It's going to be full of air pockets and light.
And it's easy to stretch.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to, you don't need muscle for this.
No.
This is therapy, working with this dough. I love it. I love dough like this. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much even size as the other one. I mean, you can make one small, one big one. There's no rules here, you know, just whatever.
Or could you even make four really small ones?
Yeah, you can make 4 little ones and put them in loaf pans.
And give them away as a gift. That's cute.
Give them away as gifts during the holidays.
Yeah, that's a cute idea.
Oh, your friends would love that. Yeah, so just make 4. But of course, your cooking time is going to vary. So if you make smaller loaves, you're not going to need it to cook for those 40 minutes. It's going to be less time, maybe half hour. You kind of have to watch it. You know, you're going to smell it too. You're going to smell that bread cooking.
Yeah.
And you're going to know that it's almost ready. Okay.
Can you freeze them?
Yes, you can definitely freeze them. What I would do, make sure that they're cool. Okay, and wrap them in plastic and then in foil and label it and just freeze it. I mean, you can freeze it for probably a good month or 2, I would do.
Yeah, probably more. We freeze them.
Yeah, we freeze them. If I have leftover, I'll even freeze a couple slices.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste any of this. Okay, so here comes the chorizo. Now I'm not putting bacon in this one. Okay, so that's that. Now to store this, I would put in the refrigerator. You don't have to, but I recommend put in the refrigerator just because, you know, the meats, you want the meats to stay fresh.
So a couple questions. So Jen is asking how long do they stay in the freezer?
Oh, probably, I'd say like at the most I would do 2 months. You don't want them too long. It might dry out on you, but 1 month would be optimal.
And then Linda is asking if you cook it first prior to freezing.
Cook
the folar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You cook it, you're gonna cook it, and then you're gonna let it cool down completely. Wrap it in plastic wrap, then in foil, because you want it to be perfectly sealed, just so it stays fresh. All right, I think that's good. Maybe one more chorizo here, one more here. Now this folar is perfect for, like, if you have a picnic, you make this folar and you cut it into slices. Everyone's gonna love it because it can stay out all day, you know, on their picnic table. You can take it for your lunch, party, like I said, picnic. Okay.
Amber is asking if you make slits in the top of the folar.
I don't know. You don't want to make slits because the meat's gonna, you know, boil over. You don't want to make any slits in this dough. Okay, so I'm ready to roll. See, firm, but not too hard, because you don't want to break the meat through the dough. You don't want anything escaping. Okay, so now one more. There. Okay.
Oh, okay, there's the back. Technical difficulty.
Oh, okay.
It looks good now.
Okay, so we're back. We just had a little glitch. Okay, so as you see, you don't want anything popping out, any meat, which it looks good. Nothing's popping out. This, you have to be gentle, very gentle with this. Don't be poking your fingers through it. You kind of be gentle. If you've ever made bread loaves, you know. Okay, so this is the other one. Okay. So here we go. So you're gonna guide it with your arm. This has a lot of meat in this folar. Oh boy, my husband's gonna love this. He loves meat in it. But you know what? I like the ends better. I like crust. Okay, so, all right. They're gonna rise maybe a couple, maybe 5 minutes. They're just gonna rest a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on top, just for, gives it a pretty look after it's baked. Okay, so they look like that. I'll show you. Let me get this out of the way. You can see what they look like. Okay. There. See? And there you go. So now, let's see, it's 2:13. So I'd say by 3:10, it's going to be ready. Probably less than that. It depends. It depends on how warm your ovens get, because my oven cooks pretty quick. Some ovens cook lower, so it's pretty much okay. So this is gonna.
So some people had frozen screen, but it should be back now. Hopefully.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. You really didn't miss anything because I was just rolling. It's the same as the first one. You roll it. You make sure it's nice and tight, the edges, it's sealed. Now we're gonna let them rest for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna bake them at 400 for about, I'd say 40 minutes.
Do you grease your pan?
No, I didn't grease the pan. I just give it a little coating of flour because the folar has olive oil. So, okay. All right, so I'm gonna put these in the oven, and then we're gonna come back, okay? All right.
So,
well, it's gonna cook for an hour, so we have to come back.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so
So 400 degrees.
Yeah, 400 degrees, about 40 minutes, and then we're going to lower it to like to 325, 350.
For the last 15.
The last 15 minutes, just so it gets a little browner. But just check, check the recipe. Go to the blog, and all of recipe instructions are there. Okay.
So around 3 o'clock we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll take them out.
We'll take them out, and then we're gonna slice into it. I can't wait. Okay. Thanks, everybody.